Good afternoon, 6AW. Just me checking in, making sure that you're all alright today. Hopefully, you've been working hard from home once again, and by now, I'd imagine you're probably well and truly into the swing of things. Monday was a real sort of shock to the system, certainly was for me. I can only imagine what it was like for you all as well, working from home, working with all of your family around you as well, especially those of you with more than one sibling. I can imagine that's been a real sort of tough adjustment. But we've hit Thursday. This is kind of the end of the working part of the day to day, and now you've got one more day to go before we hit the weekend. And when you get to the weekend, it's really important that you take some time for yourself. I was watching the news last night, and there was an interview with a man called Chris Hadfield, who you may know of, you may not, but if you don't, he's a Canadian astronaut. And he was talking about what it's like being cooped up in isolation. Now, he spent 166 days on the International Space Station. I think it was last year, maybe a year before, I can't remember exactly. But he's basically experienced what it's like working in a confined space. And he had a lot of sort of good advice about how to kind of manage your time and manage your sort of mental well-being, really. And that's the kind of key thing. And what he said was is it's good enough to be keeping yourself busy during the day and doing your work and sort of sticking to that routine. But the most important thing he said for him and for his crew as well, because he was the sort of the I think I suppose the captain of the crew, is that you've got to make sure you've got a hobby or an interest or something that you can do in your downtime. And it's easy to lose track of time when you're sort of cooped up in one place. You'd think it would be the opposite, that time kind of stands still, but it doesn't. It kind of races away from you. And having something to look forward to, having a hobby to do, is really important, because then you've got that to rely on. You've got that kind of that to hold on to, and that can be your aim. It can be a case of, well, if I get this work done today, then that's going to be my reward. That's what I'm going to unwind with my downtime. So make sure you've got something that you can focus on, that you can aim for, in your house, in your sort of home environment. Um, for me, you know, it's reading, it's watching a film, it's kind of spend time with my family. So kind of find something for yourself if you haven't already got something. If you have, I'd like you to tell me. I'd like to hear from you. So please get in touch. Send me an email. Let me know what you kind of do in your sort of downtime, or how you spend your evenings. What you're going to do at the weekend, because this is a weekend where you want probably going to be able to go out and play, and and go for walks and hit the park and do all the things you probably would normally do on a weekend. So that's going to be the toughest bit. At least with the sort of the weekdays, you've got your schoolwork, which is there, and it's keeping you going and it's ticking over. But what are you doing with your weekend? Please let me know. I'm really curious to hear. Because once you've had your weekend, Monday we're picking back up again, starting from the usual routines of, here's your work, here's your lessons, and we're carrying on from there. So let me know what you're going to get up to this weekend, what you're going to do with yourself, how you're going to spend that time, and how you're going to kind of keep your mental health in check. Okay. So, speak again tomorrow. Hope you've had a nice day. Bye for now.